Really gotta get that yawn in. Hi, good morning again, for now. Have you seen this? This gave me some things to think. Do you guys know Drama Queen? She does like internet culture analysis, mostly TikTok, which I think is very interesting. She tracks trends across social media platforms, mostly TikTok, and I think she's got a very gorgeous style. Like, if the goth girl in me wishes, oh my god, the goth girl in me wishes I could pull this off. I wish I loved makeup enough to wear it in a way that is so artistic and gorgeous. Like, oh, I love looking at her. She's like a doll. Like, my little emo girl is like playing with her, like, sorry. Stay alive forever, queen. Okay. Drama Queen, that's drama KWEEN. Go watch her stuff. I did say in the description, I kind of like wrote a little note. Hi, if you're here. Where like it does feel kind of repetitive, like the content feels repetitive. So when it does, because I'm online all the time, I know about like how history is unfolding across the internet just by way of like consuming cultural analysts like Drama Queen. Well, I guess she's more of like, she does do analyze, like, and she does do analyses of the things that she collects. It's great. Okay, hold on. Where was I going with that? Hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah, the repetition. So I don't know if I'm seeing like the same videos from Drama. I'm just gonna call her Queen. From Queen. Because there's so much of it, or because they have like different takes in them or something, or if there's actually only like one boy mom video that she's done. But I'm seeing it in different versions because our universes are collapsing in on each other. I don't know. The internet is confusing, and being online is an experience. You know when you look outside your window and you know that you don't know what else is around you behind just the view? It's so weird. I can't have my brain explode like that. We're not going to think of the universe as beyond the things that we can't see, because you can see what's behind me, but you can't see what's behind that. So I guess, what do we know about the world around us? No. Oh, fuck. Okay, I can't spiral right now. Okay, hi, Drama Queen. I'm not spiraling. The universe exists, the world is reality, and when I see it and I experience it, I know that it's true. Oh my god, I'm sorry, stop. Oh my god, this is like really scary. Okay, this video is called oh no, this video is called Millennials and Gen X are angry at Gen Z for not drinking. And the reason why I clicked on this is because I'm a drunk. I'm not an alcoholic, I'm a fucking drunk, right? I'm one of those people where, like, I don't even like drinking anymore. I can't say that. I can't say that I like drinking. I fucking hate it because I'm a drunk. And, okay, so I'm not an alcoholic, I'm a drunk. When I drink, I get bad, right? And when I was younger, I used alcohol to fucking try and kill myself because it felt really good to want to die. It felt terrible to be alive, and some days it does still feel like that. Sometimes I wake up and experience bad. It's just a bad day to be alive. Some days just fucking suck. And that's okay, because the next day might not. But when you're young, when you're a child, when you are experiencing violence, you know, my mom used to fucking attack me. And she didn't even have alcohol as an excuse to do it, right? Like she quit drinking. I don't know. She quit drinking because it was unhealthy for her and was also violent against me. It's the other ones. It's not my story to tell, and it's kind of complicated. Okay, we're having a moment here. Anyway, so this video makes me think about how when I was a kid and I was trying to kill myself, when I was wanting to die, if it wasn't drugs, because it wasn't drugs, it was, you know, making myself bleed, causing myself pain to feel a release. I could never like cut my arms because I like my body a lot. Even I'm looking at this and I'm like, fuck, I wish I didn't get these tattoos. That's okay. That's okay. You live and you live. I couldn't. And I don't think I wanted to hurt myself to the point of like slicing into myself to make me die. I just really was in so much pain as a kid. And so I would like take a bobby pin and take the plastic off of a bobby pin and just like sit on my computer and, you know, dig into myself. It'd be like having chats with friends or something, or like being online. I've been online my entire life, I guess. Not Messenger, but like MSN, Messenger. I don't know how to explain it. It was like an independent chat that you would download as an app that was connected app to app, computer to computer, but it wasn't conversation saved through the internet or through like a company, right? Like you were able to, your chats would be saved on your computer if you wanted to, but it wouldn't be saved through the application. I don't know. If you know, you know. Yeah, that was the violence that I did to myself. But when being a kid and doing physical violence to yourself stops making sense when you all of a sudden have access to this thing that can make you feel pain in exchange, like pain and then numbness, right? Like, I don't know. I stopped being physically, externally harmful for it to be, you know, a cry for help, please someone fucking save me before I cut my own leg off kind of thing. Gosh. Whoa. Oh no. Ugh, I didn't know we'd be working through stuff today. Okay. Oh, my girl. Oh my god. It like won't stop. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I guess I needed this. Ah. Oh, that is a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't let myself do this enough. Ew, gosh, and on camera. Ugh. have a Patreon. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's get through this. Whoa. That's so wild. Holy fuck, since when? Oh. Oh my god. Okay, good stuff. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, wanting to kill yourself when you're a child fucking sucks. It's a shitty feeling to have, and it doesn't feel good. It's such simple language for this, right? Like, it doesn't feel good to want to die, and it doesn't feel good to be made to want to die. You know, kids who get bullied and shit. Hey yo, it fucking sucks. Really can really affect you in the long run. But we're an adult now. Okay. Drugs, alcohol, access to them. This one is a little dramatic of me. When I was in grade 8, I took like 12 or 13 Advil pills. Because my mom told me she told me when I was a kid, when I was like 8 or 9 years old, that she tried to kill herself when she was 14 with pills. And the only reason why she didn't die is because she made herself throw up. So I'm glad I'm alive. And I'm not saying don't share that stuff with your kids, but I am also saying maybe talking to your kids like they're your therapist isn't good for them. Oh yeah, this is really bringing up stuff. Okay. Ooh, your kids are not your therapists. Do not have children because you want to kill yourself and you need a reason to live, okay? I'm not saying kill yourself, but I'm saying don't kill yourself. And don't project, don't give your need to kill yourself to someone else, please. Oh god, it's such an icky feeling to want to die. You got the shit beat out of you, so you beat the shit out of your own kids? Like, that's fucking psychotic behavior. I wish my family fucking knew about it. My aunts knew that we were going through that. And I feel so fucking angry some days knowing that. Like, at my grandfather's celebration of life, one of my aunts had a couple glasses of white wine. I didn't have anything to drink. But it would have been nice to have a glass of wine with the girls, you know? Because I love them. I do love my family. Oh, this was, I've already seen this. Oh, gosh, we're really releasing some tension here. So my aunt has a couple glasses of wine, and I'm sitting next to her, and I love her. Christy, I love you. I love you, girl. And she says to me, she like leans in, and she's like, your mom was really hard on you guys growing up. And like, I needed to hear that. I need that. I need that. I really need that. I need someone else to like Tell me that. Because I know that it's true, but I can't hear it. I can't hear it. People are always like, oh, she worked with what she had. I'm like, yeah, I fucking know. I know it. I know she worked with what she had because I am what turned out from what she had. I got what she had, you know? Like, oh, poor her. Like, no, fuck you. You had your parents had enough money to send you to therapy. You got motherfucking inheritance. You bought a house instead of going to therapy? Bitch, rent an apartment. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Fuck. See, this is good. We got a bucket now. God. It is work to be in pain. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But that's some tension released. That feels nice. I need to drink water now. I think I drank the last of my lemonade. Gotta go get lemon juice. Okay. You know, that's better. Anyway, so Christy leans over and says, your mom was really hard on you guys growing up. Obviously, that's something that I needed to hear. Obviously, I need to know that what it is that I experienced and what it is that I feel in reaction to what it is that I experienced and how I treat myself, again, in response to how it is that I've been made to feel. I need someone to confirm that, yeah, it's fucked up that your mom used to fucking fight you. It's fucking insane. I was a child. Who punches a child? Like, what adult punches a child? Sorry. That's like really scary. It's like really terrifying. To be slapped in the face, to be fucking hit. Gosh, it's not nice. And you know what? You know what's crazy? I've been told by so many people I know that I have a very punchable face. Like, must be the gap, must be the target, you know? It's just dead center. Get me. And like, I wonder if you are raised to look like a victim, if you are raised to be punchable, because I have been punched in the head so many times by so many people. Grade 6, Alex Albeats, what's up, girl? Hope you're doing okay. Sorry about, I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. I love you, and I genuinely hope that you're doing okay. Like, God. Megan also, I love you and I hope you're doing okay too. Oh, God. Oh, girls. Anyway, so Alex Albeats punched me in the back of the head for no reason. That was cool. Grade 6. She's not the only person who did that, you know. But I do wonder, like, was I beat into victimhood? Was I beat into being someone who can be punched? What does that say about me as the human being? How I take those literal physical and, you know, not physical. How long does it take me to react to being punched in the back of the head, right? I think that's one of the things, too. My older brother has talked to me about his reactions to violence that has happened to him, is like, we gonna give you your chances, but we are gonna snap if you don't smarten the fuck up. Like, and I don't personally think there's much wrong with that. But I don't know if it's wrong of me to think that that's not a problem. Because, like, yeah, okay, push your buttons, push my buttons. I'm going to give you some time to think about your actions, because there's no reason for you to punch me in the face more than once. Like, once is fine. Once I can be like, hey, you stick your finger in my face, I say, get it out of my face, you keep it there, and I say, dude, I don't fucking like that in my face. Get the tone, read the tone. You can't read the tone, you're getting a cuff upside the head, okay? Fuck you. Like, gosh. I give you so many chances. But what is that? Should there be unconditional chances to boundaries, to overstepping boundaries, you know? Should there be, because this was, I haven't been met with this kind of issue in a while, except for Jason from Shorties. Hey, screamed at me in front of guests, and then I told him not to scream at me in front of guests, and he didn't like that. Which now I'm just saying words for the sake of saying words. Yeah, because I kind of am experiencing where it is that I don't want to dig deeper into this. So maybe we'll pause my 20-minute expulsion and watch some drama queen. That went a little bit off the rails. I looped into something scary. We're not going back there. And then explored the lore of my violence. Oh, okay. Actually, we do have to get back to that. Dang. So, obviously, I got some shit to deal with. But when I was a kid, when I was, like, I've been wanting to kill myself since I was 8 years old. And again, what a very young age to want to die. It's too young. It's too young. You know when your plant just begins to sprout and then dies on you? The pain that you feel? You're like, no, it had a chance. It had a chance to thrive. It was almost a flower. She could have been a bouquet, you know? When I was 12 to when I was 14, definitely to 14, was when I was being physically violent towards myself, on my body. 14 was about when I was like, oh, can I get drugs? Can I get drugs? And the Advil thing, and then anytime I could figure out a way to alter my brain, I would go for it. But I didn't start smoking weed until I was 16. I do have to get this out. But 15 is when I started drinking. For 15, the first time I ever drank is the first and only time I had blacked out up until my early 20s, my mid 20s, my early 20s? I can't remember. Oh boy, but did I drink? Anyone who knows me knows that I drank. And I had fun when I drank, and I wanted to fucking die. I wanted to kill myself when I drank. It was boring. I was surrounded by people who were like unhinged when they drank. I had a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun, but I do wish that I didn't drink. I wish that I could go out and enjoy myself and live my life without needing to have alcohol in my body. I want to be like specific about it being alcohol in my body. Because I love drugs. I really do. I love drugs. And I don't think it's like a hot take to say, oh, if this drug makes me feel good, I like to feel good. I like to do this drug. It's not. It's important to have the conversation about abuse of drugs and it is so fucking easy to become addicted to feeling good when you feel so fucking bad that you want to kill yourself. You're never going to do it, but you still feel that. You're welcome. Let the bells toll. Let them ring. Is it neon? We're not going to check. We're not looking at the phone. We are letting our bodies chill. Drinking and drugs. Yeah, there we go. Drinking. Made me want to kill myself more. I had a lot of fun with the people that I had fun with, but I also wanted to die more than on any other substance I've ever experienced. Drinking has made me want to kill myself the most. And that's not a fun feeling, you know? You don't like wanting to die, do you? Do you? I don't know. I feel like there are other things to give you like that rush, being on the edge of death. Same with like driving fast cars. Like, okay, cool. A lot of value you're bringing to the world. A lot of substance. I'm sure your conversations while you're going 120 and a 60 and murdering fucking cyclists is so meaningful. I'm sure you're having a really good time. That's okay. Now, maybe I shouldn't be bullying teenagers who drive fast, because maybe teenagers who drive fast have fucking nothing else to do. Maybe their only personality is fast car because it's all they've ever experienced as something that one could make their personality, you know? Maybe they are like me, where drinking became a huge part of my life that made it so that was what determined whether or not I was having a good or a bad night. And I spent so much money on it, right? Anyway, filling the void. What else is there to do if you don't have anything to do? You know? That is why community programming is so fucking important, because I remember being a bored and suicidal teenager, desperate for something to fill the void in my life, in my heart. The fact that the Millennium Library in Winnipeg gives you freedom. You can just rent a musical instrument from the Millennium Library. That's cool. That's phenomenal. I wish that was a thing when I was a kid. Or, you know what? I wish that my mom knew about things that I could do to keep myself happy, I guess. Teenagers and speeding cars, I imagine, are just trying to fill a void. The same way that, you know, when you do drugs or when you drink, you're trying to alter your emotional experience, because the way that you are feeling is not a feeling that you want to feel. And so fast cars go fast, and teenagers die and teenagers kill, you know? And then teenagers do drugs and teenagers drink, right? So not only are teenagers driving faster than ever before, more frequently than ever before, they're also taking out more people. You guys, that might not be true. It might not be more than ever before. And I'm willing to be proven wrong. I'm so happy to be proven wrong on that. It's just, maybe it's the frequent exposure kind of shit, but it's too many people getting murdered by dumb teenagers who are driving. Like, there should be less cars. Okay, not something we're getting into. Anyway, so all that is why I wanted to watch Drama Queen's video on millennials and Gen X getting angry at Gen Z for not drinking. All this memory, all this remembrance of garbage shit, garbage experiences, like the root cause of drinking. I can't get into the violence that I did to people when I was drunk, to like literal physical violence that was done to me in drunken experiences from other people, the emotional damage, the fucking, ooh, gosh, when you have darkness in your heart and your soul, man, and when you want to kill yourself, and when you're just desperate for someone to send affection and love your way, baby girl, oh, I love you so much, I'm sorry, girl. But that isn't something that I want to get into on camera. Not in too much detail. Oh, but I really, gosh, uh-oh. No. You're good. You're okay. You're not a bad person. You just expressed your self-hatred in a way that hit other people. God. Ugh. Emotional violence. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like so sorry. Fuck. Gross, 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 gross. Okay, see, that's another thing. Like, the drinking, I already fucking hated myself. I already wanted to kill myself. And, oh gosh, drinking just made it feel good to hate yourself. And drinking made it good to made it feel good to want to kill yourself. I don't know. I don't know. Why are you out singing karaoke? Because I want to kill myself. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. Fuck. Pow, pow. You do drugs, okay? Just smoke weed instead, you guys. Smoking weed. If you are a kid or a teenager, there's like, honestly, I think that we have gone almost too far in our punishment that we do to kids who like smoke weed and do drugs. Like, let teenagers fucking smoke weed, okay? If teenagers, I would much rather the shit that's going around about like our babies huffing, you'd rather them like that easy chemicals from a motherfucking paper bag than smoke weed? Like, let kids smoke weed. Let kids smoke weed. Let kids smoke weed. I would rather kids smoke weed than get meth. Also, we really should be regulating drugs, like dosages of hard drugs. Like, the government should just be giving people drugs. If you're gonna do it, you should. Okay. Kids and teenagers are doing a lot worse things, as well as not doing them at all, right? And Queen will go into her a perspective of like how younger kids have seen their parents and, you know, people, the repercussions of drinking in reality, in like first hand, second hand, third hand. You know, you're seeing it, you're experiencing it, you are it. You know, we heard the youngers, 18-year-olds or whatever, and teenagers are like, maybe that's not something that I want to do, but I want us to keep in mind the teenagers who are like me, the teenagers who do want to fucking kill themselves and do get into, you know, fights and do become people that they aren't because they want to die. And alcohol alters your mind in a way that is less healthy than smoking weed. It alters the chemicals, the worst ones. It makes you mentally just worse. Or it makes you more vulnerable to becoming mentally a worse person and acting out being a worse person. Whereas like smoking weed, ooh, that's a different section of your brain completely. MDMA, different section of your brain completely. LSD, different function of your brain completely. Like, the drugs are science. Drugs are science. Drugs do science. It's any sort of like your high school math will be like, oh, chemical reaction, or your high school chemistry, whatever. You have to do math and chemistry, right? Like symbol math. I don't know. Anyway, ooh, chemical reaction, right? Like your brain is full of chemicals, and when you add one substance to another, it creates a reaction, and then off you are. Off you go. Alcohol makes you a worse person, in my opinion. Not that you're a bad person for drinking, but if you aren't lucky enough to have been unburdened by the people around you in your upbringing, I think that you are, or if you are unburdened, I think drinking is fine because it can be a good time. But if you are experiencing, you're always on the edge of a downfall when you drink. And gosh, it's poison. It's literal poison for your body. And I know this because I am a poisoned person. I'm a poisoned person. Like, it's not offensive. And I would love to understand why anyone would think it's offensive to be like, you're fucking poisoning your body, you're killing yourself. Like, yeah, that's why I'm doing it, obviously. Like, ugh, what a yuck. And okay, now I understand some people will drink themselves into literal dependency, where like the 70% water turns into alcohol. Jesus on your shit. And you, I don't know how you would literally detox yourself, but some people can die if they don't drink alcohol. Like that's literal fucking, you've poisoned yourself. And I'm not placing blame on individual. I'm not blaming people who like find themselves dependent on a substance that allowed them to feel nothing in reaction to whatever pain that they were feeling. And now any sobriety is the pain, and so you drink to avoid sobriety, because it's literally like your sober self is your intoxicated self. Not intoxicated, but you have to have a drink or two, otherwise you like get the shakes and you throw up and die. Like, gosh. Addiction. Ooh. No, don't check your phone. Water is what I wanted. And my lemonade. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Straight shots to the Buddha, shots. Ooh, oh yeah. Na. Can you eat it? I'm off the Lala. Riri. Drinking is bad. Yeah, I don't know. That's all the reasons why I don't like drinking now. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm really glad that I don't drink. I wonder if any of my old drinking buddies have quit drinking. Again, I'm sorry. I would like the people I've loved to be good. Like, I hope you guys are good. I feel like a burden, but that's not the right word for it. A destroyer of worlds. I feel like, yeah, well, I guess since I don't have my own kids to beat the shit out of, I just do violence against others. Okay. I'm glad I don't act like that anymore, but also I think that's one of the reasons why I can't drink, because I'm genuinely scared that I'm gonna fuck shit up in the same way. Like, am I that person or not? Is that who I am or not? Like, I'm scared to give myself the chance to prove to myself that that's not how it is. But I'm also, I don't know. I don't think I deserve to. That's not true. I do deserve, but also, do I deserve it? Okay. I've been talking so long, my speaker turned off, so let's get into it. And I am gonna check my phone, because I've earned it. Here's my reward for therapy. I want a sandwich. I got distracted by the kiwi. Meow. Meow. What? Hi. Is it okay? Is that better? Or do you want it up here? What? What was I getting? Sandwich, tomato, more of this, more of that. I have the beet. Let the beet drop. Knife. Got a handful of spinach, tomato, and pre-made sandwiches. Meat in. Hello there, and welcome to my cooking show. Welcome to another episode of This Didn't Need to Be Here. I'm your host, me, your favorite need. Today we have... so dumb. Today we have pre-made sandwiches. One half eaten. All squished together. With a variety of meat. We're just gonna put the sandwich together. Oh my gosh. First things first, grab your 99-cent bag of tomato slices, pre-sliced. We did all this yesterday. Open, you want to let it air out for a bit. You want to make sure that the tomato juices, they become aerated. The same way you would like decanter a wine. You want to cut them into slices, leave them tied up in the bag overnight, and then when you use them, open them up before you put the mayo on the sandwich. Again, because this is obviously pre-soaked bread. It's very important, okay? Just let it sit. Decant your tomatoes. And you take your knife, the one that you found in the street, in the knife block. In the knife block, not like on the black block of knives. And put just a little bit more. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't fucking care how you make your sandwiches. But this, I'm just going to put a little bit more for me. Because you know what I wanted? I prefer Miracle Whip. I love Miracle Whip more than I love Hellmann's. But my ideal would be Miracle Whip, the olive oil one. This is spinach It came in a 99-cent box. It is a little bit wet, but I think it's because I didn't shut it properly. That has obviously been aired out enough. Normally, I would take scissors and cut it into, flakes, celery flakes. That's not right. Lettuce, come on, spinach, there we go. Spinach flakes. But my scissors are somewhere else. I'm gonna put tomato on. I did leave a couple good slices, not like the way that Subway never gives you good tomato slices. 1. Oh, 2. Yes. Because I knew I was going to want a sandwich today when I made all of these yesterday. I was like, hey, you're going to get hungry and you're going to want slices. I ate 5 sandwiches yesterday. Do you guys know that song by Fred Penner? Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper and I eat them for my lunch. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. Fred Penner. Lullabies. Can I just say, thank you, Fred Penner. Oh, here. Okay. I was gonna put some beet on it. Let the beet drop. But that is not what I'm doing. Let's go. Because I know I'm gonna get hungry again. Oh yeah, okay. Plate. You can tie it back up now. Your tomatoes. You want to make sure that you squeeze all the air that's gotten in out. You wrap up your pre-made sandwiches. Again, variety meats. And listen, kids, if you don't want to end up like this, don't drink. Don't drink. Or if you're gonna drink, don't drink when you want to kill yourself, okay? Drink when you want to have fun. In fact, never do any kind of drug when you want to kill yourself. Let's get therapy. Okay, let's get therapy. I love you. I'll be right back. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll be back again. I didn't... Yeah. Okay. Hello again. Is that too bright? I'm gonna eat the good sandwich last. It's too high up. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let's stabilize. There we go. Whoa. Okay, come on. You got this. Wow. Really had to tell myself to hold on there. That's nicer. That's better. It's so much hotter now. Took 1 second. Okay. Now that we've got our cry out, we're rewarding ourselves with food. Good food, and good food that we made. Why? Because you deserve to eat. You deserve good food. You deserve homemade lemonade. You deserve mayonnaise if you want mayonnaise, okay? Miracle Whip. You deserve Miracle Whip. Yum. Guys, it's okay. I was just hungry. Okay. So, like, let's get into this, man. You've had enough of me. I've had enough of me. I want to party with the queen. The music is on. The noise is on. Cat hair. Cat hair, don't worry. I'd eat them all at once. So if this is too loud or quiet. So again, this is, if you forget, millennials and Gen X are angry at Gen Z for not drinking.
Gen Z in their safe spaces. We were slinging heroin at 6 a.m. in the morning, followed by Jaeger shots in the middle of class. Imagine that, being so considerate of your body and responsible with your life. Flippin' posers, I say. I have been pretty open in the past that for a couple of years I was doing the Satan salad. You know, that good. Yeah, man, I'm so freaking high. And I even started at 15, as it's quite literally the norm in Australian culture to get on the grog when you haven't even lost all of your baby teeth yet. So this conversation...
The next 53 minutes are going to be me chewing my sandwich. Hope you're ready, kids. Okay. I don't know. I wonder what and why the norm in so many places is to start drinking at such a young age, and to the extent that people drink, right? Like, what style of drinking are you doing when you're doing it? Are you, raging? Are you drinking by yourself? Are you at a bar? Are you with your babe? Like, what does the setting of your consumption look like? How safe is your site of consumption? Your bar? A safe consumption site? Wouldn't be us.
That's starting to arise amongst Gen X's and elder millennials is just so interesting, because it's pretty much about how Gen Z is across the board all weak and are all pussies and pansies, all because we apparently don't really care that much about drinking, partying, or dabbling into the substances. Which is just, mind you, such a bizarre thing to have a gripe about. Imagine being so mad about young adults and young teenagers at that, not drinking, not smoking, not dabbling into the substance.
Okay, one of the reasons why I wanted to watch this and dig into it is because imagine growing up being told that if you don't chug this, you're a fucking little bitch. And then wasting your entire childhood drinking and being thugly because you thought that's what made you who you are. You identified with your drunken rebellion. And now that these kids have other things to relate to, have more meaningful, or spending their time more meaningfully, you feel a sort of like vindictive emptiness in yourself and a desperate wish to go back to when you were a teenager to tell yourself, hey, baby boy, baby girl, why are you drinking like this? Why are you hurting yourself like this? We used to black out. She's going to get into a lot more of that. But I like hate myself for all that. And I think you do too. I think any adult or any human being who's like, oh, you don't fucking drink, you don't fucking do cocaine, you little bitch. Imagine just being like, yeah, you know what? Sure, I guess so. And then walking away from that. Ooh, who cares? Who cares that someone thinks you're a little bitch for not drinking? Why do you care? It's because you hate yourself and you hate that you did to yourself what you did. Like, throwing up I love throwing up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do it because I love food more. But I love the experience of throwing up. It feels so good to me. Everybody else hates it. And I feel like most people are like, oh, I'm going to die. Me, I'm like, well, not because I'm going to die, but I'm just like, get it out of me. Let's roll. But like, I don't like throwing up alcohol. I don't like throwing, like, the knowledge of what's coming out doesn't feel good. It just, throwing up feels good. Throwing up alcohol? Disgusting. Being blackout and almost dying, throwing out up alcohol? Scary. I imagine. Not that I can remember. A huge reason as to why these olds are attacking kids for prioritizing things in their life is because they literally hate themselves for not doing better for themselves and for not having the support that they needed when they were hating themselves. Like, why do you... The concept of an adult, again, an adult human being, hating the concept of a safe space or experiencing or going through what it is that you've gone through safe measures, like, you deserve therapy too, man. Like, people don't just deserve to feel safe in their life pre-violence, pre-experience, but like retroactively, you deserve healing. You didn't get prevention, so you do deserve healing, I guess. That is a yes. I don't know why I added I guess. I guess because I underestimated. What was it I was trying to get across? Sounds like something I would do. Another shot of whiskey.
We get it, Melissa. You peaked in year 10 and you have been trying to hit that peak ever since. I promise you, it is not that deep in terms of course, us not really being that focused on torturing our bodies. Like, why are y'all so obsessed with what we choose to do with our bodies? Shouldn't you all be happy that your same mistakes aren't being repeated on such a large scale? But see, that isn't even true because Gen Z does very much drink. And oh my god. You guys only think it's different because there's White Claws now and you guys were drinking straight piss. Teens walking into their school with their little iced coffee.
Hey, let me tell you, this is fucking depressing. This is so depressing. Because, like, and how can you not look at this statement as an adult human being? I'm gonna keep saying that. Like, your mind is no longer 18. Why is this something that's cool? That is sad. That's depressing. Why are you drinking at school? That's so fucking depressing. Oh my god. I knew kids who were doing drugs at school. I was smoking weed at school. I should, like, at least it was just smoking weed, you know? At least you could, like, let your brain wander. But when you're fucking hammered at school, it's depressing and it's disgusting. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. You are a sad human being. Not that you're a bad person, and not, like, you're sad as in to undermine the reasons why, like, oh, that's pathetic. No, you're not pathetic. You are sad, and you need help. If you are drinking in school, someone needs to talk to you. You need to talk to someone. Have that conversation with a person about what it is. And yes, right now it might be your child mind might be like, it's just cool to drink in school. But girl, I know you don't think that. I know you don't think that. I know you kind of hate yourself right now and you're going through something, and I need you to know that you're more than that. You are bigger than the pain that you are feeling right now. Please take whatever pain it is that you're feeling right now. Whew. Well, what would you do with it? What can you do with it? What can you do with that pain? What is it and why does it exist? I think why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, only you can really know. And something that might help is for you to consider what hurt you're feeling, why it is that you're feeling that way, and working towards identifying a person or a group of people that you can talk to about the pain that you're feeling in order to get that shit solved. And like, you're young, you are unsure of how to navigate the world around you, unsure of how to ask for help when you really need it. Maybe you're a little bit too proud or ashamed to ask for help because the way that you've been raised has been framed like it's fucking normal. And for someone to suggest that the way that you are raised isn't normal, isn't healthy, calls into question why it is that you are being treated the way that you are being treated by the people who are supposed to know better for you. Why are you feeling this pain in response to violence and pain that's being done to you? You don't deserve that, but because you have been trained, grown into thinking that your existence is the norm, it is embarrassing to reconcile with the fact that it is not normal to be hit by your family. It's not normal to be violated by your family. It's not normal to be dismissed. And that I hate saying that because I know that I deserved better, good treatment. I know that I deserved good treatment. Anyway. They're so good when they're like this, you know, like soft. Like, yeah, hard kiwis are good, but soft kiwis are the best. Like green bananas, not super green, but just before yellow are the sweetest. And this is the best form of kiwi. Yeah, therapy. As a kid, it's super overwhelming to feel pain and to know that the pain that you feel is, like, even if you don't know for sure because no one's ever told you that you're worth more than the violence that you receive, you know inside that you shouldn't be going through what it is that you're going through, but you are, and nothing is changing. No one is doing anything about it. So of course you're going to feel hate and hurt. So if you're a teenager right now in the 2024 era, sorry that this is what is happening. Sorry that this is kind of where we're at right now and that these are conversations that we have to have. But I'm really glad that we can have this conversation, that we can look at women like this and, the men and women who are going to show up that Queen has collected, I wouldn't even call it peaking, right? Like, your sadness was solidified in your teenagerdom. You coped in toxic ways, literally toxic ways for your body. And now you have to reconcile all that. Now you have to justify the violence that you did to yourself through the use and abuse of alcohol and the wasted life that you spent blacking out and getting in fights. And, maybe you're having fun running from the law, but quite really, did you? She looks like she drank in school. I look like I smoked weed in school. Not a lot has changed.
Coffees. Our generation took vodka to school in water bottles.
That's so embarrassing.
Genuinely, look at me in my half-blind ass face and repeat that to me with a straight face. Since when was taking vodka to school a flex? Would you be bearing the same...
Okay, I can answer that question because I didn't, but I had friends who did, who up until they were about 22, bragged about doing it. 22 is the oldest you should be when you're brag about bringing alcohol into your high school. That is embarrassing as an adult to be bragging about that. Like, I guess there's a way that you can go about talking about it, not to play censorship or nothing like that, but again, it's fucking depressing to be like, why don't you guys drink in school? Because school is valuable. School education is, like, useful, meaningful. The only thing that's going to get you where it is that you want to go is through getting an education. And a lot of our youngers are pursuing things that are meaningful and take brain capacity to work in, right? A lot of our youngers are interested in pursuing higher education because they see the world around us as being dependent on higher education, which is true. Like, you can't just get any job. You can't just be a 20-year-old drunk and get any job now. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. There's too many people for that to work. What was her question? Oh, yeah. Wait, why is that? Since when was that a flex? Yeah. Well, it was cool when I was in school. And the school that I went to, it's also really dependent on the school that you go to, right? Like, and I don't know, I shouldn't judge, but there are some high schools, and I don't know if they still are the way that they are. Maybe they're changing with, like, a shift in the culture of drug and alcohol use. I would be really interested. I just had, like, a vision of me walking up to my old high school to where we used to smoke and do drugs and be like, hey, kids, you guys got any drugs? When I was your age, we used to do this. Caps. Jesus fuck. I remember when this guy I went to high school with was sent to jail for selling drugs, and we were all outside when the cops showed up. Oh my gosh, do you guys remember when the cops showed up? Because someone had a fake gun and they were waving it around. Do you remember when the cops searched everybody except for me and my friend? It's like, who's got weed on them? My God, that's good. Good stuff. Listen, this isn't a brag. It's just very funny and very silly. Kids be kids, right? Boys will be boys. Anyway, it's good that you're not drinking as much. And if you are doing drugs, I hope that you're doing it in the safety of a friend's home, that you have cozy blankets with you, and that the movies that you watch bring you joy and don't make you cry too much. Like me. Honestly, but you know what? If you do cry when you're high, I hope you have a support system around you that allows you to feel those emotions, that allows you to experience the high for what it needs to be when it is what it is. Because you deserve to experience whatever it is that you need to feel when you're feeling it. Being drunk and suppressing your emotions, being a teenager with absolutely no support system, feeling like they have to drink in school, is not an ideal that we want our children to go through, right? Like, you should not be in favor of an intoxication of a child's body. Like, you're 16, you're a fucking baby. Look at your age now. If you're not 16, if you're not a teenager, listen, if you're not a teenager, just trust me, if you are a teenager, you are so fucking young. It feels like you're so old because you are the oldest that you have ever been in your life, in this moment and next and this. When you are an adult, gosh, it is wild to look back, to look at yourself as the 16-year-old, as the kid, as the looking back on your childhood and remembering that you've wanted to kill yourself since you were 8 years old is a sick feeling, but it's my childhood and it's my memory of it. And you are a kid right now, and you are living the moments that you are going to look back on when you're my age. And you're constantly making moments and memories, and like, you know, you don't just all of a sudden turn 30 and stop experiencing the world around you. You're only experiencing the world as memory, as nostalgia bait, which kind of seems like that's what, like I said earlier, that kind of seems like that's what these adult humans are going through, is like a mourning of the fact that they were never given they were not given permission to have conversations about their drinking. Like, I can't even begin to imagine the justification of their family status. And like, oh, it wasn't, yeah, my dad drank, and look at how strong I am. Like, I don't want to undermine your shit, man, but like, you're not weak. You're not a weak person. No, I don't think anybody is a weak person. Even when people are like, even when people kill themselves, I don't think that's an act of weakness. I think that's an act of survival, man. I'm not saying go kill yourself. I don't think you should. But if you want to, I don't think I can be the person to tell you not to. I think we can have the conversations about why it is that you feel the need to kill yourself, what it is that makes you feel so hateful towards yourself. I don't think it's a sin to kill yourself, but I think it's something that we should explore a little bit deeper. Don't do it just yet. Don't do it while I'm talking, okay? Because there's cool stuff outside. I imagine. I don't know. I put my curtain up, so now I don't know what's reality. Oh, I ran out of breath there. Yeah, it seems like these adults are going through mourning and just like projecting what was cool in media. It's cool to smoke. It's cool to drink. It's cool to fuck, right? Like, I grew up in that. I grew up in the, it's cool to fuck, and if you don't, you're a fucking loser. And I heavily influenced by the media. Let me tell you, I don't have a mother.
Attitude if you caught your 15-year-old smuggling the Christmas Grey Goose to school? I think not. In this economy, no child of mine can be a degenerate fool. It's actually quite the step up taking coffee to school, because I remember when I was a kid and I was told, no, Caitlin, you're not allowed to drink coffee yet, Caitlin. It'll stunt your growth, Caitlin. You'll grow a third leg, Caitlin. And it's so dangerous, Caitlin, because you'll be so hyperactive. As if this right here, drinking cups of this bullshit with dinner, didn't send me bouncing off the walls. Literally had me feeling...
So I'm not saying kids should or shouldn't drink caffeine at school. I am saying that, like, if kids are going to, again, be using a substance to alter their brain, it is important that they understand addiction, right? Like, caffeine is still a fucking drug. Caffeine is still a drug. Kids still have access to caffeine. It is a drug. And it's a delicious drug because your iced coffees are so tasty. Iced coffees are sugary and delicious. I love tea. I love triple steep tea with a little bit of cream and vanilla ice cream. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so, so delicious. Caffeine, sweet drinks, caffeinated drinks are so... But it is also a drug, right? And like when kids... Like, you know, as an adult, your withdrawal experiences from caffeine. And it's hard, and eventually you get in it, right? Like, we all have, like, oh, I need 6 cups, I need a Red Bull, blah, 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 blah. Like, we all go through various stages of caffeine addiction and withdrawal. Every single person is at some stage of caffeine addiction, withdrawal, or recovery, right? Like, when was the last time that you had a caffeinated drink? Caffeinated drink. I was supposed to go for coffee with someone. I can't remember. It probably was sometime in the last month, but not in recent memory. Who knows how far back that goes. Caffeine is still a drug, but it is, again, better. Uppers are better than downers. Uppers are better than downers. Uppers are better than downers. Uppers are better than downers, okay? You don't want to get dependent on either of them. You don't want to get dependent on a downer for, the sake of offing yourself, but you also don't want to become dependent on an upper because that's not reality. That feeling of perpetual here is not a baseline that is sustainable. Your baseline is, whatever is abstinent from your substances, and not, go fuck if you want to fuck. Not kids. Teenagers, please take care of each other. Just be very respectful of each other's bodies because you are so young and you deserve to experience happiness and joy and pleasure, and sex and sexuality is such an important part of your long-term existence, and you need to be very careful with each other, okay? Like, emotionally, physically, mentally, be fucking careful with each other and each other's bodies. Please. Thank you. Ooh, where was I?
Like I was off a perk 30.
Oh yeah, y'all should be educated on... I don't know. I feel like that was the point I was trying to make. You didn't have to remake your point. I feel like I do, though. Pardon me, CPTSD. It's just my personality.
30, but I would imagine that it feels like raspberry fizzy in your head. Anyone had a perk 30? Is that what it feels like? Genuinely asking for a friend. But this isn't an isolated incident. Many Gen X...
Do I need to make it bigger? But then... Ew. Ugh.
And elder millennial people have been trying their absolute darndest to show us Gen Z.
Why are they dressed like that? Also, can I just say real quick that something that caught my attention with this concept of, like, alcoholism is cool, it's a lot of fucking white people. It's a lot of white girls. It's a lot of white people. So are you guys, like, cool with homeless drunks too? Like, that's fine? Look at those homeless people. They sure can handle their liquor, right? Like, ugh. Now, the reason why I say white people and homeless people is because, let me tell you, in Winnipeg, there is an overrepresentation of indigenous people who are homeless in the city. Homelessness is fucking stupid. It's not a real thing. It is made and kept by our government, not regulating housing prices, because it is the government's job to make sure that not one single individual is experiencing insecurity of person. Charter of Rights and Freedoms, okay? Regulation of housing is a requirement by the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That it's not done is an infringement of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Okay, back into it. White people, middle class. Let me see. I'm reading these people in their childhoods. Middle class has to justify it. One of the boys, which is cool, whatever, girl. Be one of the guys. But this is like very class related. The acceptance of alcoholism is extremely class related and very, very associated to the color of your skin. You don't have like a lot of wine moms not looking like these ladies here on screen. You don't have a lot of like broski dads not looking like beards, you know? Like, being like, fuck yeah, alcohol, let's get lit. And its relationship to class, alcoholism, middle class and slightly upper class, the whole, like, one wine a day is good for your health, except for, again, all alcohol is a poison. You slowly poisoning yourself. Having one cigarette a day is still putting the tar in your body, right? Like... Cutting off one part of your limb is still cutting off a fucking chunk of your limb, correct? Like, you're still destroying a part of your body, just going real slow about it.
Is that we don't know about breaking the rules and going against the system. No one likes you. If Gen Xers or elder millennials have never tried to smoke a Twix, then I don't want to hear how badass you are. Oh my god, here is where I admit that I hoofed. Yeah, so basically, there was a Twix in the cupboard one time. I lit a lighter just because I thought it would be funny, and shut up. My generation
was it
drank
funny?
Jack Daniels. I frickin' love me a Jack and Coke, Brody, and ran from the cops by hitting roads in our lifted trucks they couldn't travel. Huh? By hitting roads in our lifted trucks they couldn't travel. I don't know if I'm having an aneurysm right now, or if Susie...
The problem is he didn't use commas, okay? He just didn't use commas. He reads books. I swear.
He gave me a lobotomy in my sleep last night. Either one, I'm not all here. All while listening to Tupac. What a badass youngster you must have been, Benson.
Let me fucking tell you, I have never heard one song by Tupac. Never. Never in my fucking life. Everybody's like, yo, he's a lyrical genius. I'm like, I guarantee he is. I guarantee. There's no reason for people to tell me otherwise. I'm sure. I just have never found a circumstance to listen to Tupac at any point in time. I'm sure he is a master at his craft. I'm sure his music is like absolutely fucking stunning. I've heard snippets, but I've never listened to an entire Tupac song. I also know that him and Jada Pinkett should have been together forever. Just as even just as besties, right? Like your soulmate? Damn. What would the world have been if Tupac had lived? What? Would Jaden have been born? Does Jaden and Willow get their personality quirks from Will or from Jada? White people, am I right?
I bet you must have been swinging that bottle of Jack Daniel, hitting the roads in your lifted truck, singing along to I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider, you don't want it. Oh, that's so white. That's so white, cunt. You know what? I take all of this back. It actually sounds like a movie, bro. I wasn't quite familiar with your game. Your generation drinks White Claws, needs safe spaces, and doesn't even know the difference between a man and woman or a tree.
What are you looking at, sir? What is he looking at? Also, the we are not the same. She's gonna get into this. The whole, like, the easily confused genre of alcoholic. The willfully... This dude doesn't fucking drink anymore. Are you kidding me? Look at his skin. His skin is so clear. He doesn't drink like that anymore. Absolutely not, he doesn't. This guy's like 40. He for sure drinks... Yeah, no, he's fine. He's a sober man. And if he's not a sober man, I hope he gets help. Gosh. This is so sad. I hope... Fuck, I hope this guy gets help.
There it is. There it is. How do I know if that beard isn't just a bearding? You know, beard and wigs. I don't know, butchered that one. People choosing to have they, them pronouns
that's okay.
is seriously like these people's 9/11. I swear to you, it really isn't that deep.
Okay, can I just say the first time I heard her call pronouns on 9/11 for conservatives, it's very good. Like, I felt violated by that sentence. Like, that's very funny.
And what are these safe spaces you speak of? Because I'd like to go there right now, as I am starting to feel very unsafe. And just for your information, White Claws absolutely suck and balls and bum and...
Okay, I'm gonna skip this part because it's actually not funny. Sorry. I was like, okay, I get it. White Claw tastes bad. Where's more cocks? She's like, it tastes like cum. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Fizzy cum, maybe. I've never had a White Claw. I don't drink. I don't drink anymore. And I'm happy. Look at me.
Smirnoffs taste so malty for it. It's disgusting. My generation drank Everclear and ran from the law on Friday nights. Your generation drinks White Claws. There it is again.
And calls the law if you're...
And calls the law if your feelings get hurt. We are the same.
I don't understand. Okay, so like... And I know this isn't in reality. This isn't reality. This is not... I mean, these people can't be real, right? Like, age division in 2024? Interest-based division in 2024? Like, are you fucking okay? Get a life? Get a life. Get a life. Go take up a hobby. We aren't the same is so crazy. God. Oh, ew. This shit makes me so uncomfortable. What job are you at? At least you have a job, I guess. That's cool. I'm sure you bring a lot of value to your workplace, to the world. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you're valuable.
You know what? I am thoroughly glad that we're not the same, Rebecca, because I don't want problems with the law. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I highly doubt that you at 16 were able...
Okay, problem with the law, my cum. That is so interesting to me because problems with the law, like, what does that mean? You for sure love cops now. You love cops. There was nothing, you were just like the facade of a rebel trying to fill a void. You're not cool. You're not, your drunkenness wasn't, you made it your personality and now it still is. Like, you don't have anything to cling on to from your youth other than getting fucking hammered and pretending to hate cops. Now you fucking love the police. You voted for Donald Trump. Like, you love being a cog in the capitalist machine. And that's okay. That's okay. We are all, we can benefit from capitalism if it was done properly, if there was a cap on capitalism. But there's not. We need to continue because I lost my train of thought.
to muster up the courage to absolutely torture your esophagus with 100 proof alcohol. No way did that happen. And if it did, I don't care. That's you with the liver issues, not me. But funny you are.
Can also say, what is it, 181? Prairie fires? Why are there drinks that are made that cause people fucking physical pain? Little scrapper? Little scrapper? Ew. Why do people like that? I don't know. I don't know.
Holding a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Where's your Stanley with the Everclear, Betty? Rebecca?
Oh my god, I thought that was a vodka orange juice. When she leaned back, I was like, oh shit, what's she drinking? Coffee.
Your age, Betty? On a more serious note, what's this obsession with people drinking White Claw, and why are you guys so against it? It's almost like this constant cycle of trauma Olympics, which guys, it's...
Okay, but I just want to say the soda water boom, you guys, soda water isn't good. Stop lying to yourself. White Claw kicked off because it is soda water with alcohol, because soda water kicked off, because branding of soda water changed. Soda water has always been a thing. It's always been, Canada Dry has always had soda water. It's always been exactly the same. You could always put like a little bit of flavor into it, whatever you wanted. Someone gave me a drink with cucumber, balsamic vinaigrette, and soda water in it, and that was so flavorful. Delicious, an absolute gift. Thank you, Min. I love you. I need to come visit you. Soda water's always been a thing. Canada Dry, guys, but it's the branding that made soda water popular and thus White Claw popular. Good branding on it, honestly.
Fine, we don't have to be like you. Okay, they not like us. They not like... It's like, we get it. You were pissing out chunks of your liver, drinking straight rubbing alcohol at school. And now the kids like fruity drinks. Oh my god, what will we ever do as a society? Have you guys kind of like collectively forgotten that Gen Z as a whole is kind of being used as test subjects with vapes? Like, we don't even know the long-term effects yet of what those little USB sucky suck things are gonna do to us. Tell me, Rebecca, how do you get an Uber back home?
Okay. Age stuff. I get it. That's true, and that's scary. And also, their generation were test subjects for cigarettes. Like, they know how it's gonna work. It's just high-end cigarettes. By the way, kids, if you're smoking, if you're doing the vape stuff, you're only doing it for the flavor on top of the nicotine. If you can do nicotine-less vaping, please do. Please. Do vapes come in zero nicotine? Nicotine should be illegal. Like, that's the thing that people get addicted to. Tobacco is fine.
Better yet, how do you crop an image? Talking about we aren't the same.
So it is just like so vape, tobacco, it's all just literally like, if nicotine is the thing that causes the cancer, why it's a cancer causing drug? Is that correct? Like, oh, look at this drug we have, it makes people feel dependent on it and it gives them cancer. Here's lots of money we're gonna get from it. I think that should make nicotine illegal, right? What are the benefits of it? If there are no actual benefits of the chemical nicotine, then it needs to be criminalized. The use of it needs to be completely stopped. There's no good that comes from it. People fucking get cancer. It's not the tobacco that causes cancer. It's soaking the tobacco in the chemicals. The leaves, the dried leaves, are just the conduit to your consumption of the chemicals. Same with the vape. You're literally just candy flavored nicotine. What the fuck? That's so weird. Why is that not a crime? Okay.
Okay, bro, sook about it. A lot of these kinds of people who need to one-up their kids on a daily basis, because how could you be more tired than them? They had to run from the coppers in the 90s for underage drinking. and they're always on some, you don't deserve fruity drinks because you didn't absolutely rot your insides out from drinking nothing.
Okay, but that one's funny.
Tall nail.
Okay, this is actually funny. This one is a joke. Let me tell you, because I'm a comedic genius.
Polished remover juice. Weak ass Gen Zer.
Okay, let me tell you. I think my thoughts on that, kind of. If you see it on TikTok, it's probably too serious because people aren't gonna be like not putting their face. But I feel like Twitter is a lot less serious when it comes to stuff like this. Well, there's probably a balance of it, but you're gonna get a lot more serious white moms defending alcoholism on TikTok, I imagine, than you would on Twitter. There's something like prideful of cheering on alcoholics. I guess you gotta, again, like reconcile all that shit within yourself. I'm dependent and you should be too.
That bottle of Everclear can't hurt you. Do high schoolers still drink UV Blue, 40-ounce malt liquors, Four Locos, or do they just skip all that and go right to White Claw? Because I honestly don't think you deserve...
This one is, I read as like being on the cusp of a joke. That's one of those things where it's like, come on guys, drink some UV Blue.
A White Claw until you experience throwing up UV Blue. It builds character. You know what builds character, Jenny? Throwing up black.
That's like, okay, too serious. Hold on, girl. The UV Blue thing sounds like it came from like a drunk teenager. Like someone who was a fun drunk teenager. Come on guys, drink UV Blue.
Black everywhere. It's just
Ew,
black.
I can't
remember
hear this.
once I tried to
No.
be on my hashtag healthy girl journey.
I can't listen to this part. She talks about throwing burger up, and I like Beyond Meat too much to hear the story. But you can see the drama of it all. Watch her video. Why are you watching me?
My generation drank and partied all night, then went to work the next day, pulled an 8-hour shift in the same clothes from the night before. This still
That's cute.
happens. Your generation raised this.
Okay, but let me tell you, that's cute. That's a fun memory, not a depressing memory. Where like drinking hard alcohol, yeah, I would call that a fun memory. Drinking hard alcohol and then throwing it all up is depressing. Drinking beer and throwing it up, that's like you're with the bros. Drinking with the girls and going to work in the same clothes that you did the day before, that's fun. Those are fun memories. I'm not reading that one as like you guys should love being a piece of trash at your minimum wage job, showing up and not giving a fuck. I mean, you really should not give a fuck about your minimum wage job, but also, there's no job, so keep the things that you have while you have them.
Generation. My generation grew up drinking
God,
Mad
chill.
Dog, Bone Farm, and had regular near-death experiences. This generation drinks White Claw in mommy's basement, bro.
Okay, but if you're having fun, why do people have to almost die in order to experience some sort of joy? Can't we all just get along? Fuck.
Or has beef with his 16-year-old son, and it shows. I have no idea what any of those drinks named are, so you must be a dinosaur, Brody. I'm kidding. 45 is young as hell, okay? Don't go onto Facebook and start trolling me with AI images. I think that Gen Xers and millennials forget that their kids and Gen Z people of today still have those same hardcore...
Okay, but that's true. 'Cause it's fun. Actually, I haven't been to the club since I was 20. It feels like... No, definitely probably when I was 24. I can't remember. Wow, huh.
our experiences. We just keep it to ourselves because there is no point in bragging about it. We're not 14 anymore. We're not 15 anymore posting our Vic Royales from Fortnite. If it was still socially acceptable to do that, I would, okay? Just letting you know. It's just life, mate. You're not badass for partaking in things that the rest of the population does. Now, until you have hotboxed your bedroom with a grape flavored vape, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me at
Let me just say, gatekeeping, doing the exact same thing that they're doing, but from the youngers to the olders. I know it's in part a joke, but I'm just saying, the irony is not lost on me.
all. And yes, Gen Xers, for your information, cigs are better than vapes, okay? Oh my god, pick me, Gen Z. What I fear Gen Z will never understand if they don't drink is that there is a level of inner peace you can only gain after having had a long, frustrating day of work, followed by precisely 3 drinks with friends. It's a form of Zen only otherwise reached through firm religion. So...
Okay, so... I don't disagree with that statement. I have lived the peace of sitting in a pub with friends having a few drinks. There's a difference. Again, there's a difference. There are 2 different, it sounds like there are 2 different conversations being had, or like the genres of party, the forms of celebration are different, and the reasons, right? Like, you have a frustrating day, you go have a few drinks with friends, and it alleviates you. You have a frustrating life, and you go drink fucking Everclear because you want to kill yourself. It makes you want to die. Like, there are different ways to partake in the consumption of substances, and there are different reasons to partake in the consumption of substances. And... all of them are valid. Some of them are dangerous. And that is where we need to be very, like, careful of... We can't confuse all instances of drinking with all negative things or all comments on the drinking habits of the different generations, what the fuck ever that means. We can't really do a... fair comparison because there are a lot of instances of different reasons for the consumption, right? Like, some maybe 3 beers equals 1 joint with a group of friends, right? Like, I mean, we're not even allowed to smoke weed in public, which is fucking crazy because the amount of people who get drunk and beat the shit out of each other is beyond the numbers of people who smoke weed and then cause a ruckus, you know? Like, I know, watch my language.
So 3 beers is equal to being Christian, is it now, Gail? Why
oh, come on,
you
that
so
was funny.
fearful that Gen Z...
No, okay, first off, let me just say, there was no mention of Christianity in that comment. I get the comparison, and I get bringing up Christianity, but the peace that comes from celebrating religion, the peace that people feel from celebrating a religion is... like, the tweet is saying that it is a religious experience to bond with your friends after a frustrating day. It is a religious experience to have love in your life and to celebrate love and camaraderie over a few beers, over a joint, over a party in the middle of the night where you're popping caps and enjoying yourself, you know? When you are surrounded by people that you love, that bring out the light in your life, and substances are there enhancing it, that's a positive memory, a positive experience, is something that is positive for you to look back on. No, there was no mention of Christianity, and I kind of have a problem with this, like, gut reaction. I mean, like, it's fine to have issues with Christianity. I myself am not a religious individual, but that was kind of like a very stark reaction to no mention of Christianity, and that you went straight for specifics was a little bit quick. I think there may have been like a bit of a misinterpretation there, and then it went straight to the whole "why aren't you Christian" kind of perspective. I'm glad I'm giving this a second watch.
won't be dealing with stress drinking. Oh no, 19, 20-something-year-olds won't become dependent on a substance that, if abused too many times, can lead to addiction or even worse, death. So spooky, so scary. I'll have to sleep with my TV on tonight. Y'all are so strange about people choosing to not abuse alcohol. That doesn't make people weak. It makes the picture so clear to see. We've seen what has happened to our...
You mean crystal clear? Clear as they melanin lack? Clear as your skin?
Our loved ones when they get too hooked onto something.
Let's go back to this point. I shouldn't be interrupting. I shouldn't be pointing out all the white people while you're trying to make your own point. This is what I was saying that I value her having brought up. Like, we see, and I experienced it when you come out of that drunkenness, your stupors. This bitch doesn't drink anymore, for sure. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't call her this bitch. I don't know her. I'm sure she's fine. But she doesn't drink anymore. She doesn't drink like that anymore. You don't like people who drink like that. Otherwise, you would have safe consumption sites. You're a NIMBY. I'm so sure of it. Prove that you're not. I know. Show me your papers, but you look like a NIMBY. Not to be racist or anything, but deafs.
Makes the picture so clear to see. We've seen what has happened to our loved ones when they get too hooked onto something. So could you possibly consider that maybe we'd be a little bit turned off by having 3 drinks on a Wednesday night? My favorite part about this topic is just the...
Okay, again, there's a difference between 3 beers and like 3 drinks is nothing. 3 drinks really is nothing. As long as you're not pounding back doubles or anything like that, 3 drinks is fine. Over the span of, like, hours, one night, like, once a month, you don't, okay, and especially, let me tell you, especially as an adult, you don't get the opportunity to have those moments as much anymore with your friends. You don't have the time to make memories with the people that you love because you're forced to work jobs that don't mean anything to you, and you're separated from your friends. You're separated from the people that you love. And so 3 drinks is nothing when it's over the span of a night. And I understand the comparison to a religious experience, because I'm sure you've had your own when you're smoking weed and enjoying the company of the people that you love. You might have a bad trip, but at the very least you get to come out of it knowing that the people that you surround yourself with love you back. Like,
a blatant glorification of alcoholism. Yeah.
3 drinks is not alcoholism. 3 drinks on a Wednesday. Okay, I'm on that tweet. There was no glorification of alcoholism in that tweet. The glorification of alcoholism is coming from the TikTok people. The pick me TikTok people. The country whites TikTok people. I think I would like to see the people who are talking about substance use versus substance abuse and do like a comparison of those populations. And especially looking into the class of the individuals, the circumstances of the individuals, the race of the individuals, the upbringing of the individuals, you know? Like, what was your life like in high school, and how does that reflect your life now as an adult? I think that those are important differences that we need to look into when we're talking about alcohol consumption, substance use, and alcohol abuse and substance abuse. You really got to get down to the root of why people are desperately justifying a toxic habit that they were in when they were kids for themselves and to other people through the use of TikTok, and look at the people who are justifying it.
Yeah.
Demographics, is that what it's called? I think so.
Maybe this is the first generation that doesn't make partying and alcohol and substances their entire personality. Yeah. That is a That's a good thing.
It is.
That is a green flag. It's genuinely so weird to be so concerned with the consumption of alcohol amongst Gen Zers, being that the youngest Gen Z is 12 and the oldest being 27. Maybe people have different distractions today. I know that
12-year-olds shouldn't be drinking alcohol. Every time I have a conversation with someone who started drinking when they were 8, 12, and 14, they're like, I wish I never did. I wish I didn't. So keep up the great work, kids who are not drinking. For those who are experiencing alcohol use, please have a conversation with someone that you feel comfortable with about the fact that you drink. Because I think it's important to talk about any use of substances. Like, this is what I drink, this is when I drink it, and this is why, this is who I was drinking with. That conversation allows you to understand why it is that you're going out, where it is that you're going out, and also allows the people around you, your family members, to have a clear understanding so that they can like keep track of you, basically help you if you do start to spiral in reaction to drinking alcohol or any sort of substance that you are using. Transparency is very important, but it's also like really terrifying to talk about and to admit to, and especially as a teenager, sometimes it's embarrassing or shameful, or like, oh, I don't want to talk to my mom about this. If you can't talk to your mom about the experiences that you're going through, then I can suggest, and I'm not sure how successful this would be for you, seeking out an alternative figure similar to what would be a maternal figure or a paternal figure. Like literally seeking out the perfect person that you believe would help you along in your current state, in your current journey of being a kid. Yeah, because drinking when you're a kid is going to be a part of your childhood when you become an adult. So you kind of, I know that might be a little bit kind of challenging to conceptualize and a little bit painful to conceptualize, but at a point in time, you will remember the things that you've gone through, the same way that as a teenager, you remember your childhood, your babydom. Yeah. And I imagine at a point in time, you will recognize being 16 as your childhood, not as your peak, your highest version of being alive. Oh, gosh, I hope those kids are going to be okay. Oof.
So many people would rather doom scroll than destroy their liver and lungs and all that kind of jazz. And from my own personal experiences, I've only ever really used alcohol as a crutch in my darkest hours.
Yeah.
Not trying to get all emo, but I'm just saying. I also tend to drink a lot of alcohol when I am anxious, so I never am really having a good time with it. I used to drink alone in my bedroom. Okay, Gen Xers and millennials, does that make you feel any better?
I never drank alone in my bedroom. I always wanted to be destructive around others. I always wanted to kill myself around other people. Jesus. Okay. Okay. What did she say? She said there was something she said previously. Hold on.
Anxious, so I never...
Yeah, you know what? And I wonder if it might be better for people who drink because they're anxious to, hear me out, fucking smoke weed when you're anxious and then just deal with the anxiety. Like, you're not going to be hurt by thinking about the things that cause you pain. You are going to get hurt by trying to kill yourself, by poisoning yourself. When you smoke weed, you panic, you feel afraid, the things around you are terrifying, and you start to think thoughts that you have been trying to avoid thinking about for, oh God, how long have you been drinking for? When you smoke weed and you feel that pain and you feel that panic, it's important for you to be around people who make you comfortable enough to sort through the shit that you're thinking, people who you feel comfortable having those conversations with and exploring your own thoughts, your own psyche, your own beliefs through conversations with other people. I might look back on a lot of my wasted time with sadness with where I'm at now, but I'm very glad that the wasted time that I had as a kid was done with. Some of the people had the moments that I had were the moments that I had with the people that I had them with, because I am a better person for knowing a lot of the people who I've loved in my life. And I'm grateful for that. I'm also very glad that we are not friends anymore in some ways, and I'm very saddened that we're not friends in other ways. And I imagine that's what a lot of people think about me too, right? Like, glad you're gone kind of thing. Ooh, what a sad thought to be had about you. Okay, well, we can't fight it. Ugh.
Never am really having a good time with it. I used to drink alone in my bedroom. Okay, Gen Xers and millennials, does that make you feel any better? No. I've just stupidly forgotten something so huge as well that has happened in the past couple of years. You may remember Gen X and elder millennials, but we lost crucial years of our lives where we should have been going out with friends and partying and drinking, I guess. And that was because we were locked inside, forced to play Fortnite from 6 a.m. yesterday to 6 a.m. today.
I think the pandemic was good. I think the pandemic didn't need to happen, and also that it was good that it did. Is there a pandemic every 100 years? A social reset? A natural social reset? Is COVID a naturally occurring mutation? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I just went through the pandemic. Oh yeah, how we spent it. Yeah, the reason why I think the pandemic was good, all things, is because if you were smart with your time, if you were able to be smart with your time, then you got a lot out of it. If you were not able to work with the time that the pandemic gave you because of the pressures of money, the pressures of housing, shit again, which is required to be regulated in favor of the person, not in favor of the corporation, in favor of the person, your human rights. If you were in a situation where you lost family members because they were exposed to COVID under circumstances which were completely avoidable if society worked together, there was with any people are gonna die. People are gonna die. With any situation like that, people are going to fucking die. And that sucks. It is not as bad as it could have been, and it could have been better. That is the truth. For people who the pandemic worked out for, it could have worked out well. I think when it comes to teenagers missing out on the years to drink by being forced to be inside, I gotta be honest, I don't think you guys missed out. I really don't think that you did. And for people who do think that they missed out on, drinking and everything, I feel like those are similar or same to the people who are saying, look how much we used to drink. You should have fun while drinking. I think giving space to keep kids out of drinking for as long as possible is a good thing. It's a good thing. At least now you can introduce alcohol to your system slowly with a bit more of a developed brain. 18 really might be too young. No, it is. It is too young, but I think it's also the education around alcohol and substance consumption.
unfortunately, that also plays a huge part as to why I don't think people are really interested in doing that kind of stuff at the moment. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a large portion out there of Gen Zers who love drinking and love dabbling in the substances.
Yeah,
Look,
definitely.
I am the furthest person from judging anything like that, okay? So don't think that's a bad thing if you do any of those things. I always encourage safety, making sure you're educated and informed on what you are putting into your bodies. I just think that this whole topic is just so cringe. Like those mainstream media stories that are coming up that like, oh my God, Gen Z is like the very first generation that doesn't give a fuck about alcohol. Who genuinely cares? Is this a huge thing because the alcohol industry is seeing the numbers of their alcohol not really being sold as much as it used to be, and they're like scrambling for ideas on how to make it more appealing? But it's just like,
Okay, also, alcohol killed the Indians, you know? Like, the whole using poison to change the state of mind of individuals so you can take advantage of them. Alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. And being pushed to this extent, right? At least in Grecian, Roman, Egyptian times, you could only have so much alcohol. You could only have so much. I imagine. Don't take my word for it. Scientists know better than I do. I'm sure alcohol poisoning was a thing back in the day too, but I imagine it wasn't so pandered to kids. Who am I to say? Anyway, so poisons. Poison the Indians. It's just very funny. And it's interesting to me. I think a form of anti-capitalism is not drinking. I think a form of anti-capitalism is not buying makeup, not wearing makeup. And that's not saying, like, no, again, like I said earlier, I want to be able to wear makeup some days. I look at myself and I am not a makeup human being. And I like that. I love Queen's face. I love women in beautiful makeup. But a form of controlling where the money goes. Women are economic powerhouses. Women are economic powerhouses. Our purchasing power would destroy the economy if we stopped purchasing things within it. Makeup is and can be good for the soul. I wonder what it would look like if we all stopped buying makeup. Literally, the society would crumble. Society would crumble. We would bankrupt billion-dollar corporations in protest. Like, oh, gosh, ladies. And I think that's something that I want to get across to young girls as well, is like, you know how powerful you are, right? You know how perfect you are? How good you are? Trust me, girls. Save your money. While you do not need makeup, save your money so that you can purchase according to what works for you, ethically for you. Develop your standards, develop your morals, develop your ethic, and then spend your money however the fuck you want. That if I could be given any advice from an adult to a young girl, me, who had no idea about the power that I hold in my hands anytime I have money in my fucking pocket, I would not have spent it on the things that I spent it on. Quite truly. Truly. Let me tell you, if I knew better for myself, if I cared more. That's what a parent is supposed to do. It's supposed to educate you on what you're capable of. Okay, just a reminder. Parents who haven't spoken to their child in a week. Don't forget to socialize with your little humans so that they know that they're worth more than just the thing you put in front of them. Ooh.
It's not personally for me at the moment. I'm on a little bit of a health journey because there's been a few personal reasons that have, you know, kind of given me a little bit of a fire under my ass, given me a little bit of fear, of course. So, but all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've been like checking out my own mortality a lot lately. My lungs are compressed. I can't feel my neck. I'm in chronic pain all through my bones. Not my bones, but like my muscles are always in pain, and I can feel my body closing in on itself. And I am so scared that at a point in time, I'm going to be asleep and then forget to breathe. And that scares me. I don't know what I'm going to do when I die. But I saw someone on the internet who had died. Not when they died, but that interview with the guy who died twice, came back to life. He dies and he talks about what he saw and the peace that he felt when he died, and coming back craving that peace again, craving that feeling of the end, knowing that it is better. I wonder, this would scare the shit out of me. If it happens once, do you ever get to feel that again? Like, because all your chemicals release. I wonder if when you come back, do your chemicals reset? Do you have none whatsoever in your brain? Does your brain like start over after the release? Does your body feel like your body, or are you permanently re-chemicalized? Is there like a new... How does your body react to being dead and then coming back to life? And how do you react in response to your body's reaction? Mortality is really scary. Mortality is fact, and I'm learning how to climb trees because I just want to feel alive. So I get it. I get the having to become human and recognize that you're alive. Fuck. Ugh. Okay, we're almost done.
Saying is, if you offered me a Corona, Modelo, or even, how do you pronounce it, acai, I would take it right now. But with all of that being said, everybody, I mean, what do you think about this entire situation? I genuinely just think it's dumb as shit that this even is a topic to begin with, because I don't really care what people do with their bodies. At the end of the day,
I'm glad. I think this is a really important thing to bring up for obviously all the passionate reasons that this elicited out of me over the span of 2 hours. Whoa.
That is your autonomy. That's all on you. It's your body. So whatever you choose to put in it at the end of the day, obviously is on you. Put your think piece in the comments section below. And I would like to thank you so much again today for your stay at Yappersville. Your residency is highly appreciated. Now, take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.
Go find her. Go sub. Go. Hurry. Why do we bother bringing this stuff up? I think a lot, you can tell a lot about a person by the things that they defend, obviously, right? Because when you experience a defense response to a external or internal thing, when you become defensive towards an idea or towards something coming at you, obviously it's for protection, right? And I think, younger people who are comfortable, who are not in the circumstances where they feel like they need to drink, they don't need to justify themselves at all. I only saw, it's probably better that she didn't play kids reacting to but those are adults. Don't you guys have adult hobbies instead of bullying kids and teenagers for something that is amazing, for an amazing it's amazing statistics. We don't want kids to be drunks. We don't want kids to be depressed. We don't want kids to be, okay, so I tried to speak earlier, I don't think I finished that thought, about the how harsh we are with our laws, right? Teenagers who smoke weed get in fucking crazy trouble now, even though smoking weed is less harmful than drinking alcohol on the body. Yes, your brain, but also allows you, if you are doing it well and doing it properly and taking, listening to your own needs and you are educated, you can smoke pot well. You can smoke pot well. And I'm not saying kids should be doing drugs. I don't think kids should be doing drugs. However, I would prefer our kids smoke weed than fucking drink. I would prefer our kids be stoned as hell, sitting in a park, watching the clouds, throwing ball at each other, than being drunk and getting in fistfights. Like, when we talk about the concept of a harm reduction model or a less harmful society, you are looking at the things that are eliciting violent responses or criminal responses, and you are stopping them from happening. I'm not saying prohibition, but I am saying maybe we should look a little bit into prohibition to do it properly. Do it properly. Gosh. How would you do a proper prohibition? I have had thoughts about this, but they're not coherent right now because I want to go outside. I want to get stoned and go exercise outside. And so I think, that's what I'm going to do. This was an incredible watch. This was an incredible thing that elicited a lot of thoughts out of my brain into myself. Yuck. That was some dump that I am carrying that I don't know if I'll ever be able to not carry it, because I find myself crying about the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, because it is painful, and I guess it sits in my chest, and I didn't really notice it until I started talking about it, and now it feels a lot looser here since I got the opportunity to get it out of my chest. So maybe I need to just keep doing that over and over and over again, but that's such a long, long amount of tension. How am I supposed to get that out of here? Keep crying, I guess. This was great. This was an interesting experience. Drama Queen, thank you so much for posting this video. I had a lot of fun watching it. I think you're very funny. This was good shit. Thanks for the therapy session. Okay, goodbye. Please enjoy yourselves, enjoy your lives. And well, maybe I'll see you on another one. I'm learning, okay, maybe I guess I can talk about it. I am learning the standards of legal research so that I can write a paper on social status and its relationship to the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which maybe you caught on to that, but that is something that's very important to me, as well as like making art as well. Great. Here I am, and here I go. Take care of yourself.